say make money, money, make money, money, money.
Make money, money, make money, money, money. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound.
Fat pockets.
I need that Skrilla on the Rilla.
Fat pockets.
I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound.
Fat pockets.
I need that Skrilla on the Rilla.
Fat pockets.
I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Survival of the fittest, you can sink or swim. I've been broke, I ain't never going back again. I need some C-notes, some cheddar, and a stack of ends. I need a bowl of dough, I don't need no Facebook friends. I need a pack of them snaps, a handful of Fetty Wops, and rubber band on my greenbacks. Look, dawg, don't be playing with my paper. I need every red cent, that's why I brought my little scraper. You don't know me, homie, I rob my own neighbor with a clock around my neck with a style that's so flavor. Give me the loot is just an understatement. I'm about to take your bank and put it in my basement.
Make money, money, make money, money, money.
Make money, money, make money, money, money.
Say take money, money, take money, money, money.
Take money, money, take money, money, money. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound.
Fat pockets.
I need that Skrilla on the Rilla.
Fat pockets.
I need that Skrilla on the Rilla.
What is up, faithful? It is your boy, Niner Sickness, with the Niner Sickness podcast. Welcome to another live with the 49ers podcast. We're going to talk the offensive line. What is the offensive line going to look like in 2022? Who is Alex Mack returning? Who's starting at right tackle, right guard, and who's definitely starting at left guard? We're going to talk about that in this episode of the Niner Sickness podcast. But before I proceed, make sure to wipe your feet and smash that like button for your boy, Niner Sickness. I would appreciate that. How's everybody doing today? I hope everyone is doing great. I hope you guys are blessed. Having a blessed day. Welcome to the stream. Let's see who's here. What is up, Damian Lee? Welcome to the channel, brother. Welcome to the channel. We got Tanisha in the house. Welcome, Tanisha. We have Carcast. What's up, Carcast? Welcome to the channel, brother. We got Michael Romo. What's up, Michael? How you doing, brother? Welcome to the stream. We got Johnny, JBX, Y4N9 in the house today. We have Facebook user, Howdy Beto. What's up, Facebook user? Unfortunately, I don't know who you are unless you allow your Facebook to identify your name with eCam. I'm not going to know who you are unless you put your name towards the end of your statement there. Kimberly, welcome, Kimberly. How you doing, Kimberly? Welcome to the show. So we're going to talk offensive line, ladies and gentlemen. How's this offensive line going to look like? How is it going to look like? You know, we understand that we have big Trent Williams, arguably the best left tackle in football, already in place. And we have question marks at left guard since Tomlinson went to the Jets and signed a contract with them. We don't know what's going on with Alex Mack. Is he going to retire? Is he going to stay? Is Brunskill truly the answer at right guard? Will Mike Mcclinchy be able to come back from that type of injury and be able to handle the responsibilities at right tackle? Or will he be challenged? And if Mike Mcclinchy is challenged, who is poised to challenge him? Those are the things we're going to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to get in depth about that today because, as we all know, we're starting a young quarterback, a rookie quarterback, if you will, in Trey Lance. And not only are you supposed to supply him with weapons, which the Niners have done, you got to protect them, right? In order for Trey to be able to complete to those receivers, you got to protect them. And will the Niners be able to protect Trey Lance in 2022? Those are the things that we have to do. Let's see here. Trent Williams being rated the highest over by PFF, then is the best player in the league. Absolutely. Welcome. Yes, sir. So, you got, what's up, Frankie Morales? He says, Beto, what's good, brother? Frankie says, 3x5 flags, Memorial Weekend sale, $25 shipped. For all your flags, inquiries, if you want to buy flags, my boy Frankie Morales sells them. And if you want to get a good deal right now, $25 for any flag shipped. So you can't beat that. You can't beat that. And Frankie's going to give me, he's going to bless me with a flag made about my Niner Sickness podcast so that I can continue to promote his flags. I believe Frankie will donate a flag to me. Right, Frankie? Donate a flag to the Niner Sickness podcast. And I will continue to promote his flags on all my platforms. Now, that sounds like a Memorial Weekend deal. Say it is so there, Mr. Frankie Morales. Trent Williams is the only spot, satisfied spot, correct me if I'm wrong, John. Yeah. We don't know what's going on with the center position. Is Alex Mack coming back or not? But I do know this. I've been hearing a lot of great stuff when it comes to Aaron Banks. Aaron Banks has lost some weight. He's looked the best. He's looked the best that he's ever looked. So you can't beat that. What's up? Oops, hold on. What's up, Jaime Bryant? Welcome, sir. Welcome to the channel, brother. Frankie says, yes, sir. Let's go, Niners. Right on, Frankie. There you go. So now, since Frankie is going to donate a flag made by him to the Niner Sickness podcast, I'm going to be his official announcer of his flag. So everyone, I have a lot of platforms. A lot of people follow me. Frankie Morales should be your go-to guy for any flags that you want. If you want to contact him, send him a message or contact me or contact him directly, Frankie Morales on Facebook. Let him know Niner Sickness sent you. And he will take care of you. He has great selections in flags, beautiful made flags. He also designs flags for you. So if you want a custom flag, he is your man. Definitely is the guy to reach out to. So, Aaron Banks, I've been hearing a lot of good stuff about him within the talk of the coaches, the reporters that have been talking to the coaches. He lost 8 pounds. He's about 330. Looks possibly the best shape so far. The Niners are really high on Aaron Banks to take the spot at left guard next to Big Trent. Remember, the Niners drafted Aaron Banks from Notre Dame typically to replace Tomlinson. They knew that there was a percentage that they may lose Tomlinson to free agency. So they drafted him last year for that left guard position. Now, because Tomlinson was there, they were not going to start Aaron Banks at left guard. So they tried him out at right guard. Right? Now, just because you play left guard doesn't necessarily mean you can be good at right guard. It's like if you ever been to Europe and you drive a car in Europe, they drive on the opposite side of the road. The steering wheel is not on the left, but it's on the right. Where normally the passenger sits in our vehicle, that's where the driver sits. And even though we know how to drive, and even though we're experienced as drivers, I'm pretty sure you go to Europe and you drive on the opposite road, you're going to have your troubles driving. I don't care how many years you've driven. Same thing for a right tackle going to the left or a left tackle going to the right. Aaron Banks was specifically drafted for that left guard position. And because Tomlinson was there and we had Brunskill pretty much handling his business at the right guard, they just decided to shut him down. They sat Aaron Banks down. That doesn't mean that the Niners drafted Aaron Banks in the second round and, oh my God, they didn't play him. This is a misconception that because the 49ers don't play a rookie, they're no good. They're no good. Oh my God, there's concerns about Aaron Banks. Oh my God, there's concerns about Trey Sermon. Oh my God, there's concerns about Jalen Moore. Just because the 49ers don't play a typical rookie the year that they're drafted doesn't mean they're not good. For example, Elijah Mitchell. We know how good he played, right? We all know what Elijah Mitchell is today. A lot of you guys didn't know who he was coming out of college, being that he was a 6th round pick, right? Let's be honest. And it's okay if you did it. But you guys got familiar who Elijah Mitchell is, and you guys seen how good he became. But did you know that if Raheem Mostert would have never gotten hurt, we probably would have not seen Elijah Mitchell in action? And people would have said, oh, we drafted a 6th round rookie and he's not good because the Niners are not playing him. The point that I'm trying to make, ladies and gentlemen, is just because the Niners do not play a particular rookie doesn't mean they're not good. The Niners are always drafting for the future. The Niners are always drafting for the future. That is their game plan. Who can we possibly lose in free agency? And if we lose this individual, who can we replace him with? And that's what the Niners do in the draft. Now, out of necessity because of injury, certain rookies get to play sooner rather than later. But it doesn't mean just because you don't play the first year, you're not a good pick. Ideally, you got to give a player at least 3 to 4 years to truly get a concept of what that player is going to look like, whether it's on offense, defense, or special teams. You got to give them the opportunity to develop before we can make a fair assessment of what that player is going to be. Like, I hear all these things about Javon Kinlaw. He's a bust. He's not good. It's like, how do you guys come to that conclusion? How do you guys come to that acknowledgement that he's a bust? Oh, Trey Lance is not going to be good. How do you know? I mean, nobody knows whether he's going to be good or bad. Only time will tell. But to sit there and label someone in a year or two, to me, is unfair. And a lot of people have labeled Aaron Banks as a bust. Aaron Banks is no good. But when Aaron Banks plays this year, and if he plays very well and surprises a lot of people, I guarantee you that a lot of people that are talking bad about Aaron Banks is going to turn around and say, oh my God, I knew he was going to be good. You can't judge, or, well, you can if you want, but you shouldn't judge a player in the first year or two. You got to allow at least 3 to 4 years to truly allow them to develop. The first year, they're trying to find themselves. If you ever play football, even if you didn't play in the college or pro style, but if you play high school football, Pop Warner, when you got to find yourself, you got to find who you are and with that new team, that new system, and that takes a minute. Not everybody comes in like Nick Bosa and becomes Rookie of the Year. That is special talent. Nick Bosa is special talent. I know a lot of you guys are going to be harsh on Drake Jackson if he doesn't perform to your expectations. What's up, David McNew? Welcome to the channel, brother. Welcome to the channel. Next Level. What's up, Next Level? How you doing, sir? Jesse. What's up, my brother Jesse? How you doing, man? Always an honor having you pop in. I appreciate you popping in. It says all players should have at least 3 full seasons before we make a complete option. Correct. I agree. See that he agrees. At least 3 to 4, but at least 3 years. It's really hard to really say if a player's going to be great or be a bust in second year. And then, like Javon Kinlaw, he was hurt most of the year. So we just got to lower our expectations a notch and allow these players to become who are they going to be. We got to allow these players to become who they're going to be and support them. Tony Smith, welcome to the channel, brother. How you doing, sir? Hello, Niner Empire. How's everybody doing? Tonight, let's go Niners. So, I expect Aaron Banks to take ownership and win the competition at left guard. So, I expect to be Trent Williams at left tackle, Aaron Banks at left guard, to protect the blind side of Trey Lance. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that Alex Mack does come back and takes over the center position. So now we have to just concern ourselves with the right side of the offense. I want to get your guys' thoughts in the comments. Do you think that Mike Mcclinchy will be our starting right tackle week 1? Do you think there's someone on the offensive line that can compete and challenge him? Or do you think that he most likely will be the starter week 1? Let me know in the comments. Now, Daniel Brunskill. I've been hearing a lot that Jalen Moore has been working a lot at the right guard position. And I think Jalen Moore can definitely give Daniel Brunskill a run for his money for that right guard position. And we haven't even mentioned Burford yet, Spencer Burford yet, Jason Poe yet. But I think Jalen Moore will challenge Daniel Brunskill at that right guard position. Let me know your thoughts in that. Yeah, I like Dick Tracy. I like Dick Tracy. It says all the time that everybody is a bust. Yeah, that's just who Dick Tracy is, though. He just doesn't like somebody and they become a bust. Listen, Solomon Thomas, I don't know if Solomon Thomas is a bust per se, but he's not great. But I think people label you as a bust because where you were drafted, right? Solomon Thomas was drafted 3rd overall in the 1st round. I think Solomon Thomas would have been drafted in the 2nd or 3rd round. They wouldn't have seen him so much as a bust, in my opinion. So I believe bust comes where you were drafted, especially if you were drafted high and you don't plan out. Now, many of you think that Mike Mcclinchy is a bust at right tackle based of being the 9th overall pick. Is he a bust? I'm curious of what you guys think in the comments. Yes, I think Mcclinchy will be the starter week 1. Okay. Definitely. He's the most experienced in that position. He's played that position since he's been drafted. Excuse me. Since he has been drafted, he's been pretty much in control of that spot. Mike Mcclinchy is not as bad as many 49er fans make him out to be. He's not as bad as much as 49ers fans make him out to be. Does he give up big plays in the past? Yes. He's a great run tackle, but he kind of struggles a little bit in the pass protection part of his skill set. But overall, Mike Mcclinchy, if I'm not mistaken, falls at least in the top 15 tackles, right tackles in the NFL. Out of 32 teams, when Mike Mcclinchy is the top 15 tackle by PFF, that means something, doesn't it? 32 tackles and you're in the top 15. It doesn't mean you're great at the 15 mark, but it definitely means you're not bad. You don't stink. So the fact that he's, top 15 speaks volumes of what Mike Mcclinchy does. I think it's just that because we took him 9th overall, our expectations for him are so high that if he doesn't play like Trent Williams, he's a bust. If he doesn't protect like Trent Williams, he's no good. I personally like Mike Mcclinchy. Could we do better? Probably, but who is out there better? And I know a lot of people say this. This is a conversation that I get a lot. I get this conversation a lot. Okay? If we would have drafted Wirfs, the right tackle that went to the Buccaneers, instead of Javon Kinlaw, it would have been a better decision, right? A lot of people tell me that. Niner sickness. Listen, we don't know what Javon Kinlaw is going to be. I'm not saying he's a bust. We don't know what he's going to be. We don't know if he's going to be great or not. But We do know what Worf is doing over there in Tampa. He's pretty good at right tackle. So a lot of 49er fans come up to me and says, man, we should have taken him instead of Javon. But I asked him this. Do you like... oh my God, his name just slipped out of my head. Brandon Ayuk. Getting old. I tell them this. I ask them this question. Do you like Brandon Ayuk? They're like, yeah, we love Brandon Ayuk. Do you think Brandon Ayuk was a great pick? Yes, he was a great pick. You think he's going to have a breakout year? He's going to have a breakout year. I tell him, well, without moving down one spot with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, we don't get Brandon Ayuk, because that third round that we got to move down from Tampa, we used to move up from the 31st spot to the 20, whatever we took Brandon Ayuk at. So I tell him, you got to look at the whole picture. If we don't move down one spot with Tampa, we don't get Brandon Ayuk. So now I say this. A trade between Worf and number 99, Mr. Javon Kinlaw, I would take Worf, absolutely. But will I take Worf over Javon Kinlaw and Brandon Ayuk? No. I would take Brandon Ayuk and Javon over Worf. That's just me. So you got to look at the whole picture. You know, people say, well, we should have just taken Worf. Well, we could have, but we wouldn't have had Brandon Ayuk. And that's just the reality of it. We would have had CeeDee Lamb or no. We wouldn't have both of them together, CeeDee Lamb or Worf. We definitely could have had one or the other. But CeeDee Lamb's going to be great. He's going to be a great receiver for the Dallas Cowboys. But I like Brandon Ayuk. I really do. I think Brandon Ayuk is going to be a very good John Taylor to Jerry Rice type of player for years to come. I'm okay with Brandon Ayuk. Now, if Javon Kinlaw becomes the beast that we think he can be, now that he has the injury taken care of, now that he has no more pain, if he can be a very good player for us, then we hit the jackpot. Brandon Ayuk and Javon Kinlaw, absolutely, I would take that 9 out of 10 times. I like Worf. I like what he's doing in Tampa. I imagine how it will be with him at the right tackle and Big Trent at the left tackle. That would be solid. But I would take Javon Kinlaw and Brandon Ayuk as a combo over Worf by himself. That is just me. So, you got Big Trent at left tackle. You have Aaron Banks at left guard. Hopefully, it'll be Alex Mack at center. It will be Jalen Moore at right guard and Mike Mcclinchy at right tackle. That's a pretty good offensive line. In my opinion, that's a pretty good offensive line to protect one Trey Lance. Top 15 pick are the quarterbacks zero tackles and pass rushers sometimes lock down corners. If not, it's a bad pick. I think when it's said and done, their Tech Village idiot. I love that name, by the way. I say it all the time. I think when it's all said and done, I think Javon Kinlaw is going to win over a lot of 49er fans. I really do. I've always spoken highly of Javon Kinlaw. If you've been watching my podcast, if you talk to me on one-on-one on Twitter, I've always defended Javon Kinlaw. And I'm going to find out if I'm right or wrong in 2022. But I think Javon Kinlaw is going to have a very good year. And I know that I'm talking today about the offensive line. But that defensive line is going to be freaking scary. Scary, scary, scary. Nick Bosa, Javon Kinlaw, Eric Armstead, and a combination of rotation between Charlie Omenihu, Samson Ikeban, Drake Jackson, Kerry Hyder. Although I think Kerry Hyder probably is going to be moved in the inside to kind of give Eric Armstead some relief there. And then we brought in the kid from the Colts, Kimiko. This pass rush is going to be insane. And now we have a good, solid secondary with the addition of Trevarius Ward, press coverage corner. Emery Thomas has bulked up and has been looking really, really good. And it looks like he's going to be able to just continue where he left off towards the end of the year. Lenore is getting better. We brought in Samuel Womack. We brought in Tyreek Castro Fields. We signed Jason Verrett to another year. If he can stay healthy, our secondary is going to be good. Now, I know we have a question at safety next to Ward, but I know the Niners will figure it out. With the pass rush that we have and the coverage that we now have in our secondary, D'Amico Ryans is going to have a nice, fun year with his troops. I cannot wait to see what the Niners do. What's up, Robert Fletcher? How you doing, sir? Welcome to the channel, brother. Welcome to the channel. Just saying that we could have had Slater at number 12 if we didn't trade up with Miami. Slater went at number 13. Okay, so let me ask you. Are you comfortable with Jimmy G? Johnny, are you happy with Jimmy G? Can you live with the mistakes that Jimmy G does? If you can live with the mistakes and the interception that Jimmy G does, then taking Rashawn Slater at number 12 could have been ideally. But if you don't like Jimmy, then remember, without trading with Miami, it would be no Trey Lance. And I think, honestly, Johnny, we should give Trey Lance a year. After this year, let's see how Trey Lance does. And we can revisit this question, Johnny, of whether we should have taken Slater at 12 or not. For as much as grateful I am to Jimmy G, because he came in and replaced some pathetic, garbage quarterbacks. We can't forget that. We didn't start winning games until Jimmy G came to this organization. Now, I am done with Jimmy G. I'm ready to move on. I already have moved on. When I say ready, it's because he's still on the team. But we are ready to move on from Jimmy G onto the next chapter with Trey Lance, right? But we can't or shouldn't neglect what he did for this team. Would you rather have Nick Mullins be your starting quarterback? I remember for a while that there were people that wanted Nick Mullins to be the starter over Jimmy G. Now, I'll take Trey over Jimmy, but there is no way in this world that I'm taking Nick Mullins over Jimmy. No way, indeed. What's up, Renjoy Miranda? How you doing, sir? Welcome to the stream, brother. Good to see you. Combination corners and defense, we be fire. I agree. Welcome, brother. Good to see you. Unless they just had a low grades on worse, but you shouldn't pass up a 10 starting at offensive tackle over. But again, remember, Javon Kinlaw and Brandon Ayuk are a combination. Would you rather take Worth by himself or Javon Kinlaw and Brandon Ayuk together? That is the question you should ask yourself. I'm doing great, Robert. Thank you for asking. Appreciate it, brother. Truly appreciate it. I wish everybody would really stop talking down Trey Lance. He's going to be awesome. Yeah, people are going to say what they're going to say no matter what, because they're going to express their opinion. And they're entitled, everybody's entitled to their opinion. But all I ask is that if you express your opinion about a certain player, try to be as fair as you possibly can with your opinion. To hate on Trey Lance, to call him a bust. A lot of people, it's funny. A lot of people who did not want Mac Jones to the 49ers last year. A lot of 49er fans who did not want Mac Jones to the Niners last year are now, some of them, not everybody, but some of them are saying, oh my goodness, maybe we should have taken Mac Jones over Trey Lance. And I'm like, how can you say that? Or not how can you say that? Why would you say that? Wow, didn't you see what Mac Jones did his first year in New England? Yeah, I saw what Mac Jones did. I definitely saw what Mac Jones did. And I asked him this question. Did you see what Trey Lance did last year? They're like, no, he only played 2 games. Exactly. We haven't seen what Trey Lance has done so far. Let's give Trey Lance a whole year. Right now, the grass looks greener on the other side of the fence. So a lot of people are already seeing how Mac Jones did with the Patriots. So they're comfortable in saying we should have went with Mac Jones instead of Trey Lance. But Trey Lance hasn't had his opportunity to showcase what he's made of yet. We don't know that for sure, Tech, but I know that third round pick they got from the trade with Tampa definitely helped the Niners to move up to get Brandon Ayuk. I don't know, without that third pick, I don't know if they probably would have to give up more or a future picks. It's hard to say. Right on, Johnny. Yeah, you can't take away, anybody should not take away the fact that the 49ers went to 2 NFC championship games and 1 Super Bowl appearance with Jimmy G. And I'm not saying that we went there specifically because of Jimmy, but let's be honest. Do you think we would have made it to any of those NFC championship games or Super Bowl with Nick Mullins? You know, it's funny, a lot of people tell me this. It wasn't Jimmy G that got us to this NFC championship. It was the defense and the running game. And you're not wrong. But that same defense and that same running game could not win games with Nick Mullins. With Jimmy G, they win games. Without Jimmy G, they don't win games. Same defense, same running game, same coach. So why is it with Jimmy G they win games and not Nick Mullins? Because even though Jimmy G isn't that great, he isn't trash like Mr. Nick Mullins. Now, I call him trash basically on how he plays on the field. I don't know him personally, so I'm not calling Nick Mullins as a human trash. I'm just saying his skill set as a football player is trash. I spoke a little bit about Mike Mcclinchy earlier, but if Mike Mcclinchy can play as good as he did prior to his injury, I'm okay with it. I'm already used to the fact that he doesn't cover very well, but he's good against the run. So we'll see. If they can get the right guard position filled right, I believe that if you can get a strong unit at the right guard, it will complement Mike Mcclinchy at right tackle. I think Mike will be fine. If he can completely recover from this injury and play at the level that he played when he played prior to this injury, he should be fine. I'm confident enough in Mike Mcclinchy. Well, hindsight 2020 is awesome, isn't it? Hindsight 2020 is amazing. What we know today, we did not know back then. I would have taken T. Higgins, but we didn't know what T. Higgins. There's a reason why T. Higgins went so late. Now, I can argue that Ayuk is a little bit better than T. Higgins, personally. Everybody can make their argument. And right now, Javon Kinlaw hasn't showed us anything. But I bet you if Javon Kinlaw has a breakout year, there is no question that I would take Javon Kinlaw and Brandon Ayuk over T. Higgins and Wirfs. That's just me, though. Yep. Yeah, we're not definitely making the NFC Championship game. We're not even making the playoffs. Playoffs? Don't talk to me about no playoffs. We're not making the playoffs with either Mullins or Beathard. Guarantee you. If you had Wirfs, you could have also let Williams. Oh, you don't want to let Williams walk. No, I'm sorry. Trent Williams is arguably the best left tackle in the NFL. The true blind side of your quarterback. I'm not even having a discussion about letting Trent Williams walk, especially since Trent Williams is playing at a high level. No. I'm keeping Trent Williams. That's me, though. Let's see in the chat. How many of you agree? Would you keep Trent Williams or would you trade him? I want to know in the comments. So I think, ladies and gentlemen, listen. I think our offensive line is not going to be as bad as people think it is. I think the Niners will make the proper adjustments in OTAs, training camp, in the preseason, and the Niners will be ready to rock and roll week 1. Now, the $1 million question is Alex Mack coming back or not? Travis, what's up, Travis, says keeping him. Right on, Travis. Sergio A. Molina says no question, keep him. That's a no-brainer. What's up, Raggy? How you doing, brother? Mac Jones sucked last year. 22 TDs, 13 interceptions, identical to Jimmy. True, but he is a rookie with an upside. Jimmy is a vet. But I hear you. Tony Smith says, I would keep Williams. Robert says, Trent Williams, bang, bang, Niner gang. Yeah, I would keep Trent Williams as well. Listen, Trent Williams, Aaron Banks, Alex Mack, either Daniel Brunskill, I think it's going to be Jalen Moore at right guard, and then Mike Mcclinchy at right tackle. We're pretty set within our offensive line. We got Trey. We got Brandon Ayuk. We got Deebo Samuel. We got George Kittle. We got Juwan Jennings, Danny Gray. Now we added TDP into the fold of Elijah Mitchell. Listen, guys, I think Trey Sermon is going to surprise a lot of you. I really do. I think Trey Sermon is going to surprise a lot of us this season. A lot of people wrote off Trey Sermon. I think he has a lot to prove. He's been working hard in this offseason, and I believe he's going to be very good for us. So having Elijah Mitchell, Trey Sermon, TDP, Jeff Wilson Jr., Jermichael Hasty, Mason. If we can keep a healthy rotation in our running game, I'm telling you, this offensive team is going to look scary. We're going to be able to put points, and we're going to be able to have fun watching. Of course, you keep Trent Williams, but you could have let Mcclinchy walk too. Mcclinchy, I'm not going to argue. But let's be honest, Tech. I know you're talking about Wirfs, but we're not talking about drafting Wirfs because we took Javon and we took Brandon Ayuk, right? So if you let Mike Mcclinchy walk, who do you replace him with? Other than Wirf, who do you replace Mike Mcclinchy with? There is nobody right now better than him in the open market. And those are the things we have to ask ourselves, to be honest. Travis says, what he gave up, 1 sack last year. Why are we even talking about this? Oh, about Trent? It was brought up as a question. Sup, Niner? What's up, Tim? Diaz is in the house. What's up, brother? Welcome to the stream. Make sure to hit that like button. Smash that like button for your boy, Niner Sickness. Just asking, how would I get to talk on your Niner Sickness show? I've been a real, true 49er since I was born in Santa Clara. I have a lot to say that the show nowadays, Niners forever. Okay, well, I tell you what, Tim. Feel free to send me an email. Write it down. I'll give you a minute to grab a pen. Give me a pen and let me know when you have a pen ready to write something down with, and I'll give you my email address. And you can shoot me an email and we can talk. I like him. I like Spencer. I think Spencer Burford is going to be a great addition to this offensive line. I also like the other kid that we took. And I really love Jason Poe. I don't know how Jason Poe is truly going to be used. But if I can imagine Kyle Shanahan scheming up some crazy offensive plays that has Jason Poe lined up as a fullback, that would be crazy. Definitely keep Trent. Until Kinlaw is productive, then, of course, it has to be a bad pick. Of course. Well, I don't know if it'll be a bad pick, but I hear what you're saying, Tech. I hear what you're saying. But get your popcorn ready, Tech. Get your popcorn ready, because Javon Kinlaw is about to put on a show coming to a theater near you, baby. Trey Lance, yeah, especially since the finger was in his throwing hand. Remember, you got to grip the football. And that's the finger he uses to control the spiral, to control the football. If that's a little bit out of whack, it can mess up your psyche in your throwing motion. Now, is that really to blame his inaccuracy? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I do know this. Trey Lance said himself that the finger is no longer an issue. Well, hopefully he doesn't re-injure it. But as we speak, it's no longer an issue. Therefore, we're going to get a chance to see what Trey Lance can do this year. And I'm excited. Jordan Mason's the B. I like him. Another undrafted free agent. Niners have a way of making undrafted free agents play good. David Williams is in the house. How you doing, David? Good to see you, Mr. Williams. Good to see you, brother. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you, brother. Raggy says, Hasty and Wilson will be gone. Ooh. You know, Jermichael Hasty, I'm not a big fan of Jermichael Hasty. I'm not. I like Jeff Wilson Jr. But with big bodies like Trey Sermon and TDP, I can see why you would say that he can possibly lose his job to them. It's going to be this offseason and this when they have to cut to the 53-man roster. That's going to be interesting, man. The Niners, Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch, and everybody, all the coaches are going to have to really evaluate each position, because one of the things that we have is a lot of depth. And when you have a lot of depth, you really got to make sure that the 53-man that you choose is the best of the best. Because a lot of those people you cut, you're probably not going to be able to retain. They're probably going to go to a different team. If I know the Seahawks, the little roaches are waiting to take the crumbs off our table. And they're always looking to see who we cut. I know we want to bring most of them to the practice squad, but there's no guarantee that when you cut somebody, he'll make it to your practice squad. And the Niners have a lot of good players, so they're going to have to be on their A game and evaluation on who they're going to keep on that 53-man roster. I wouldn't want to be the Niners on cut day. That's for sure. Jason Poe lining up as a tackle and an eligible receiver in the red zone. Oh, I like that as well. I like it. Now, I don't know how his hands are. Are his hands are pretty good catching the ball? But that'll be creative. Definitely be creative by Kyle Shanahan. Gotta go, Beto. It is good to chat with you, my brother. Getting ready to watch my Celtics. Let's go, Niners. Faithful, La Familia. Right on, brother. Let's go, Miami Heat. I'm sorry, brother. I have love for you, but not for your Celtics. I'm a big Laker fan, bro. And as a Laker fan, you know how it is, bro. Niner fan, I'm old school. Niner fan, don't like the Cowboys. Laker fan, don't like the Celtics. So go Heat. And I'm sorry, Renee Joy. I'm not a big Golden State Warrior fan. But if your Celtics do make the finals, you know who I'm going to be rooting for. But regardless, go have fun and enjoy your game, brother. Enjoy your game. I'm going to be shutting it down anyway because I'm coming to the 1 hour mark myself. And I like to keep a show within an hour. But that's going to be our show about the offensive line. If Alex Mack returns to the center position, I think the Niners are pretty solid with that offensive line. Again, Trent Williams, Aaron Banks, Alex Mack, Jalen Moore or Daniel Brunskill, and Mike Mcclinchy. That's a pretty solid offensive line. And then you have Spencer and you have the other kid as backups in that offensive line, we're pretty set there. We have a lot of positional skill sets at receiver, running back. We are good. This offensive line protects and does their job. This offense is going to score a lot of points. We're going to score a lot of points. It's going to be fun to watch. This offense is going to be fun to watch. If we can score a lot of points on offense, and if we can prevent the other offenses to score on us because of our defense, that's a pretty good turnaround. I know, bro. Life can get busy, brother. I hear you. I hear you, David. Well, I'm definitely glad you showed up today, brother. It's good to see you. David says, O-line competition should be fire. Go Niners. Don't sleep on Dublin West. Yeah. I think, especially if Alex Mack comes back, I think having West learn from Mack 1 year, having him watch Mack on how he adjust to each defense, and learn from Alex Mack. And then Alex Mack does retire indeed in the offseason of the 2023. I think the Niners are in good shape of moving in West at the center position and taking over going forward. So I hope that Alex Mack doesn't retire. This will give the Niners a chance to develop West under Mack. That'll be the great situation. I'm excited about Jason Poe, man. I really am. I'm excited to see how the Niners use him. Corey Davis is in the house. How you doing, Corey? Welcome. How are you doing today? Hope you're feeling well. So, that's going to be my show, ladies and gentlemen. I like to keep it just for 1 hour. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for taking part of my show. That was my show of the offensive line. I'm going to be doing a show and breakdown of the receivers and so forth. So, have a wonderful day. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Memorial weekend. A lot of you guys have a 4-day weekend. Enjoy your 4-day weekend, guys. You guys deserve it. Be blessed. God bless you. And remember, continue to send your prayers and good wishes towards Texas to the family of all those young people they lost in Texas. Oh, and real quick, my email address, Tim, is NinersSicknessPodcast@gmail.com. NinersSicknessPodcast@gmail.com. Send me an email, bro. Send me an email and we'll talk. Your birthday's coming up. Well, happy birthday, brother. Listen, send me an email to NinersSicknessPodcast@gmail.com, brother. All right, everyone. God bless you. Have a good evening. Enjoy your 4-day weekend. Have fun. God bless you. Remember, Jesus loves you. Remain faithful. Until next time. Peace.